Have you ever wondered what it really takes to become number one online? I mean, not just to get lucky for a day, but to build something so good it becomes the definitive answer? Well, today, we're pulling back the curtain on a professional grade strategy document, a secret playbook for achieving absolute digital dominance. Okay, let's dive right in. It's the million-dollar question, right? For any creator, any business, how do you possibly cut through all that noise and become the go-to authority? Is it just about having a massive budget? Is it luck? Or is there something else going on? Well, the answer isn't luck. It's engineering. It's a meticulously crafted blueprint. See, this isn't about just winging it and writing an article. This is a strategic document for winning a war for user attention, where every single little detail is planned out before a single word ever gets written. All right, so first things first, we've got to reframe the whole problem. The goal here isn't just to rank on Google. That's thinking too small. It's about solving a user's problem so completely, so effectively, that you become totally indispensable to them. Now, this is where it gets really, really interesting. This slide connects two worlds that seem totally separate. On one side, you've got a gamer who's just so frustrated because they keep losing. On the other, you have a content creator whose work nobody ever sees. This playbook gets that these are actually two sides of the very same coin. The player's deep frustration is the creator's golden opportunity. So how do you actually seize that opportunity? Well, you start by obsessively decoding the user's frustration. I mean, really getting inside their head. This whole strategy is built on a deep, empathetic understanding of their biggest, most annoying pain points. And right here, this is the first huge mind shift. You know, most content strategies, they start with, okay, what keywords should we target? This one flips that completely on its head. It starts with a totally different question. What is making our user want to throw their phone against the wall? It's what you'd call a problem-driven framework. This phrase right here, it's perfect. It captures a core pain point beautifully. See, for a gamer, hit markers are those little visuals that confirm your shots are actually landing on the target. So getting hit markers but no kill, it's just pure agony. It means you did everything right, you landed your shots, but the enemy still won. The playbook zeroes in on this feeling of unfairness as a key strategic entry point. And then there's this problem. It's a classic case of what they call analysis paralysis. The game gives players this overwhelming mountain of choices. We're talking over 50 variables for a single weapon. The average person doesn't have the time to test all that. They just feel confused, paralyzed, and honestly, they're desperate for someone to just tell them the right answer. And finally, this is the big one, the stakes. We're not just talking about having fun here. This is about status. In a really competitive game, using the wrong equipment means you lose your rank, you lose your progress. This creates this powerful, urgent anxiety, a need for a solution that works, like right now. Okay, so once you've diagnosed all that pain, how in the world do you engineer the cure? Let's get into the actual structure of the winning content. This is where the strategy shifts from psychology to pure, cold, logical execution. See, the whole solution is built on a foundation of cold, hard data. The playbook centers everything on a core metric, time to kill, or TTK. It's not about which gun feels the best. It's about which gun is mathematically, provably faster at getting the job done. By grounding everything in objective data like this, it immediately builds a massive amount of authority. And here's the really clever part. The playbook doesn't just aim to build a good resource in a vacuum. Nope. It's designed to build a better one by surgically targeting the weaknesses of whoever is currently number one. Are their competitors outdated? Boom, we'll do mid-season updates. Is their content a wall of text? Okay, we'll use super clear, scannable tables. Too much data without a point? We'll give a clear, expert verdict. Every single weakness becomes an opportunity. So you can basically boil this whole thing down to a super clear four-step process. First, you identify that core user pain. Second, you build the technical SEO foundation so people can actually find you. Third, you structure all the information so it's incredibly easy to scan and understand. And finally, you layer and prove from other authoritative sources to build this unbreakable level of trust. Okay, but this is where the strategy goes from just being a smart technical plan to, well, something like art. It understands that just throwing data and logic at people isn't enough. To truly dominate, you have to weave all that information into a compelling story. Just look at the difference here. It's not just about using the right keywords. The strategy document is specific. You have to write in a language that shows deep, genuine expertise. The right version doesn't just tell you what to do, it explains the why using the precise expert terminology, which is exactly what modern search engines like Google are now designed to understand and reward. Okay, this might actually be my favorite part of the whole playbook. The strategy doesn't stop at the words on the page. It actually extends to the feeling of the content. The images aren't just an afterthought. They are meticulously engineered to create a specific emotional response in the user. It's incredible. I mean, just listen to this piece of the prompt for the main image. It specifies a cinematic split screen showing a player's journey from defeat to victory, from total confusion to absolute mastery. They're not just asking for a picture, they're scripting an entire visual narrative of transformation. This isn't just an image, it's the article's entire promise captured in a single powerful glance. So, when you put all of these pieces together, what do you get? What does this all add up to? You get a blueprint for becoming number one by simply outplanning, outthinking, and frankly, outcaring every single one of your competitors. So let's just recap the core principles because they are so powerful. You start with genuine user pain. You engineer your solution with cold, hard logic. You optimize your language for true, deep, contextual understanding. And then you wrap the whole thing in a compelling narrative that connects with people on an emotional level. And that's really the ultimate takeaway here. You have to forget for a second that this was designed for a game. This exact blueprint could be used to explain complex medical information, or financial advice, or cutting-edge scientific research. It's a universal masterclass in how to communicate powerfully and effectively in our digital world. So I'll leave you with this thought. The next time you search for something and you land on that page that is just the perfect, clearest, most satisfying answer, take a second and ask yourself, are you just seeing the content? Or can you now see the invisible, brilliant strategy working its magic right there in front of your eyes?